was the World Junior Championships in hockey, Zach. And I can tell you, sitting there at Joey's in Yorkdale, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, the place went bonkers. There was one TV showing the Maple Leaf game and 30 showing the World Junior Championships. This was a big ticket. Holy crap, that was a good game. Zach, I know you watched it. Tell us your reactions, please.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so the World Juniors, I think I said this in a previous podcast. The World Juniors we watch religiously in my house. I like the idea of watching the future of hockey and seeing, where it goes and what kind of predictions we can make. I don't know. It's like a bet for me almost. I watched Bedard play a few months ago, and then I've seen
Conor Bedard,
highlights.
folks.
Yes, Conor Bedard, another Conor who's going to change the game. I watched him play years ago as a kid, and I watched him play, now as I don't want to say young adult. He's in his late teens. The kid is magnificent. You'll hear anybody you speak to will say that he's one of the hardest working people in the room. The guy is laser focused. He is not satisfied until he has the ultimate achievement, which is the championship of whatever game he's playing. It's like watching him come out of the semifinals. Everybody's crazy. He scored the amazing goal. He just walks out like, I got business, buddy. Like it doesn't matter. We're winning the championship. Gold is what I'm here for, not crazy goals. I think he is just absolutely talented. I think he has the vision of Marner, the shot of Matthews, and the edge work of Crosby. Do I think he'll be better than any of those people? I don't know. He's definitely not going to be better than Crosby.
That was going to be my question, Zach. I wanted to know if he's going to be better than Crosby.
In my eyes, Crosby's top 5 ever. And I can't predict that a 17-year-old is going to be better. Listen, I watched Connor McDavid play. Guy's got all the skill in the world. I think he's an absolutely fantastically skilled hockey player. I still don't think he's the best player in the NHL. So, I see all the skill in the world in Conor Bedard, and there is, you watch this guy play. He's able to do, spread eagles when he's switching directions, which if any figure skater will tell you, like, you got to be very skilled skater in order to do that.
Who's drafting Conor Bedard?
Yeah. Let's see. Whoever Gary Bettman decides.
Who do you think are like the top 3 candidates that are going to tank out? Is it going to be Arizona, Chicago? What are you seeing?
I think it'll be to whoever's the highest bidder. At the end of the day, it's always about money. I always thought it was Chicago until a good argument came out about Chicago having a lot of corporate problems with, all the different allegations that come out against them over the last couple of years. So I thought it was going to be Chicago. It could be Arizona because it would be the bright new start that they needed in, having a new arena, having the next phenom potentially in the league. I don't know. I don't see it go. Don't see him going to a team, either of which like that.
Do you remember a guy by the name of Eric Lindros?
I do remember a guy by the name of Eric Lindros.
Who did Eric Lindros get drafted by, Zach?
Yeah, exactly. It's not going to happen.
Do you recall?
I don't remember. He got drafted by. It was a team he did not want to play for because he held out on them. Who was
it? A Canadian team, and they're longer.
Quebec Nordiques.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so he held out. And then he was supposed to get traded to the Rangers, got traded last second to the Flyers. They basically gave up half their team to get him.
Yeah.
So this is the scenario. You ready for this one?
Yes.
Coyotes draft Bedard. Bedard says, I'm not going to come here. Leafs make an early exit out of the playoffs. Leafs come around and saying, all right, here's your hometown boy. Matthews on a silver platter. Let's work out a deal for Bedard and let's call it a day. What do you think, Zach?
I think it's enticing because
right?
I'm still one of those guys. I don't think Matthews sticks around. I think Matthews goes.
I hope he's not offended. I try to trade him every month, but this one wasn't me. This one was on the radio, and you know what? It makes a lot of sense on a lot of levels to me.
It makes a lot of sense on a lot of levels. So here's the way I see it. Right. Once Conor Bedard breaks his ELC, he'll be making more or less the same money if he continues down the path he is, as Matthews is. Okay. So from a financial standpoint, you're buying another 3 years in the potential of Bedard. and the Leafs are going to trade him to Arizona, which is an eventuality. I think he's going to go there anyways, and Arizona gets him their perennial superstar. Matthews is going to be one of the best players in the league for a very long time. That's not going to change. He's got the skill, the size, the speed, and the defensive composure that you need to have in a top three centerman in the NHL. So I don't think it's entirely impossible. I think it would blow the hockey world up. Not to mention, I think it would be a PR nightmare for the Leafs and whoever GM makes that decision.
1,000%. And I see at the end of the day, the fight to tank is going to be on in the second half.
Oh, it's going to be unreal.
And we'll see who gets Bedard. I think he will end up going wherever he goes, but it'll be interesting to watch, certainly.